For over 1,000 years, people have watched a single reddish star in the shoulder of Orion, one of the brightest, most recognizable stars in the entire night sky. And for the last century, astronomers have suspected it's been hiding something the whole time. On the 28th of July, 2026, they finally caught it. The star is Betelgeuse, a red supergiant so enormous its radius stretches roughly 700 times the size of our Sun. Despite being only about 10 million years old, remarkably young by stellar standards, it's already nearing the end of its life, swollen, unstable, and famous for unpredictable changes in brightness that have puzzled skywatchers for as long as records exist. In 2019, it dimmed so dramatically that some astronomers wondered if it was about to explode. It wasn't, but the event reignited serious interest in a decades-old idea that something else might be orbiting it, something responsible for at least some of that strange, irregular flickering. The problem was always the same. Betelgeuse is so overwhelmingly bright that spotting anything close to it is like trying to see a candle flame standing directly in front of a lighthouse. Any companion star would be drowned out almost completely by Betelgeuse's own glare. In 2024, astronomers using the Gemini North Telescope in Hawaii managed to catch the first real hint, a faint signal consistent with a companion, using a specialized imaging technique. It was promising, but not definitive enough to settle the question after 100 years of speculation. Then came the breakthrough. A team led by astronomer Miguel Montargès at the Observatoire de Paris used the European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope in Chile, equipped with an instrument called SPHERE, originally designed for an entirely different purpose, imaging planets orbiting other stars. Using extreme adaptive optics combined with advanced image processing, the team captured a photograph in December 2024, deliberately timed for the moment their calculations predicted the companion would appear furthest from Betelgeuse as seen from Earth. When they processed the data and digitally removed Betelgeuse's overwhelming light, something remained. A clear, distinct source, sitting exactly where the century-old prediction said it should be. Montargès described the moment plainly. He said he jumped from his chair when he saw the processed images. The results, published on the 28th of July, 2026, in the journal Astronomy N-AMP Astrophysics, represent the clearest, most convincing image ever captured of what astronomers are now calling Betelgeuse B, a young star estimated at roughly 2.5 to 3 times the mass of our Sun, orbiting in remarkably close proximity to a star swollen large enough that its own surface reaches nearly out to where its companion circles it. To put that scale into perspective, Betelgeuse B is completing tight orbits around a star so enormous that if placed at the center of our own solar system, its outer surface would extend out past the orbit of Jupiter, a relatively ordinary young star, tracing its path perilously close to the edge of a dying giant many times its own size. Now, to be properly honest about where this stands, the discovery is described by the team themselves as extremely convincing but not yet absolutely final. To confirm with total certainty that Betelgeuse B is genuinely orbiting the star rather than simply appearing near it by chance alignment, astronomers need one more observation, catching it on the opposite side of Betelgeuse roughly a year from now. As Montargès put it, there is very little space left for doubt, but that one additional check remains the final piece needed to close the case completely. There's a genuinely compelling reason to keep watching closely beyond simply confirming the companion exists. Researchers are now actively investigating whether this newly confirmed star might influence how Betelgeuse eventually explodes, whenever that eventually happens, potentially shaping the physics of one of the most anticipated supernovae in the galaxy. Whenever its light finally does arrive, whether that turns out to be centuries from now or on a cosmic timescale practically tomorrow. What makes this discovery genuinely moving isn't just the science, it's the timescale behind it. A star that people have watched with nothing but their own eyes for well over 1,000 years. Its faint secret companion sitting there the entire time, waiting for exactly the right instrument, the right timing, and the right astronomer willing to jump out of his chair to finally be seen. What do you think? Now that Betelgeuse's secret companion has finally been caught on camera, do you think it changes how astronomers understand the star's eventual explosion? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, because next time we are covering 3I Atlas, an object from outside our solar system that is passing through our cosmic neighborhood right now.